putting yourself in the shoes of the student. Try to figure out what's on their mind, what they're experiencing, where they're coming from. I think that is crucial to everything. And of course, one has to have a good degree of knowledge about one's field. But all of that is secondary to figuring out what's going on in the student's life, how they're experiencing your class, how they're experiencing school, the environment in general, their state of well-being. That tops everything else. I get my students talking about themselves a lot. So in a speech class especially, students share their lives. They talk about their experiences, and they are told to tell stories, to let other people experience the world through the student's own eyes. That expands their perspective, and in the process, it allows sort of a community feeling to develop. The students tend to bond with each other more readily. I think that they're all capable of far more than they could ever imagine. I've seen that happen again and again. People show up in class with very limited perspectives on where they're going and what they're going to do with their lives. And I try to open that up for them and show them the boundlessness of the landscape that's in front of them, the horizons that they can approach and go beyond. Many of them have no idea. When I was a student, I had no idea. And so I try to help them expand their view of life. I focus a lot on what the student plans to do after they graduate college. I used to, in the corporate world, teach classes in career development. Then when I came here and I started teaching, I found a lot of my students had no idea what they planned to do after they graduated. And I thought, we need to fix that. So I now have my students do 3 separate activities around their career. I have them do, first, an elevator pitch, a real brief oral resume that they can use for applying for jobs while they're still in school, and many of them do so successfully. They can also use it for networking, which is crucial. I had one student who told a story to the class that she was visiting Orlando, and she tried out this elevator pitch on an executive that she was introduced to, and she was immediately offered a paid internship at Disney World. So it works. Then I have my students go through some assessments in class to identify a career direction, to pick out a career topic, then do research on that and deliver a speech about it in the class. After that, I have them visualize their lives from 30 years in the future and give a special occasion speech in the past tense, talking about the things that they have accomplished. All this together gives them a very solid image of who they are, where they're going, and what they want to achieve in order to be happy, because being happy is crucial, and I have them focus on that more than anything else. I challenge them to think about their own lives. I don't just give them a curriculum. I want them to focus on what's going to be an appropriate goal for them, what's going to make them happy. I see so many students who think the goal is college and the goal is a degree, but it's not. That's just a stepping stone. So I challenge them to dig deep into what's going to be fulfilling, what's going to be enriching to them. I ask them, suppose you win the lottery and you never have to work again, you never have to go to school again. How would you pass the time? It's almost like asking, what are you going to do next weekend? If you don't have to study, if you don't have to work, how do you pass the time? Whatever it is you do for fun constitutes part of somebody else's job description. There are people out there getting paid to do what you do for fun. If you can identify the careers that contain the activities that you do for fun, you can get paid to have fun. And that's crucial. That's huge. I tell them they should have as much enthusiasm for going to work on Monday morning as they have for going to a party on Saturday night. And every time I explain this in a particular class, there's always a few students who get this sudden glazed look in their eyes as if to say, whoa, I need to think about this. So it turns some heads around. I've had a lot of students over the years who have changed their major by virtue of the exercises we do in the classroom.